Good morning, USA. Good morning, Angela Yee.
Yep.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning, DJ Envy.
It's Monday. Back to the work week.
And you know we are beat today because we had our concert last night, Powerhouse, in New York City.
What a crazy weekend. Shout to everybody that goes to a HBCU. Friday, I was at Howard University's homecoming during the day at the Yard Fest. Then Friday night, I was at Hampton University. Saturday, I went to Birmingham for the Classic. And then Sunday, I got back here for our Powerhouse concert. Now, if you don't know who was on our Powerhouse concert, it was Cardi B, SZA, Ella Mai, Juice WRLD, G-Eazy, Lil Duval, Lil Got Cash.
Tekashi 6ix9ine made a surprise pop-up.
Yeah, A Boogie with the hoodie and Tekashi 6ix9ine came and killed it. Now, shout to Tekashi 6ix9ine. Now, I know he has a lot of shenanigans around him. He does a lot of crazy and stupid stuff, invites a lot of people to his private area. But I will say, when he is determined to do something, he is determined to do something. Now, he is banned from basically any huge venue in New York City. Banned. He can't come, and he's not one of those faces where he could just kind of just sneak in. Right. He can't just sneak in. I mean, he has tattoos all over his face, but he did sneak in.
He could have said it was Halloween and he was dressed up as Tekashi 6ix9ine.
I don't know if that would have worked, but he did sneak in. He got in last night, got on that stage, and in my opinion, had the best performance of the night, hands down.
Well, yeah, the audience went crazy for him.
Yeah, it came out 6 songs, nothing but energy, and he came by himself. He didn't come with a group of people.
He would have got in.
Nah, he would have got in. He came by himself. He hid in a little corridor, in a little corner, until he had his moment to get on stage and kill it, and he killed it. So give Tekashi 6ix9ine a round of applause, man. He did his damn thing last night.
And he has the most watched interview on the Breakfast Club.
Yeah, he did tell me that he has a new album coming up in the next couple of weeks and he wants to come back up here. But shout to everybody that was involved with Powerhouse, everybody downstairs. Shout to Coach Thea. Shout to the Prudential staff. It was a great, great, great event. I had a lovely time. My kids were there. My kids had an amazing time. They got to take pictures with everybody that they wanted to meet. It was just a dope event. Shout to Cardi B. She killed it. It was a dope event. I had a great time. I mean, we didn't leave the venue till about midnight, 12:30.
Yeah, Cardi B is really a great performer. I actually love SZA, too.
Yeah, SZA killed it, too.
I had a chance to sit down and do an interview with SZA while we were there, and I'm a big fan of hers. And she's from Jersey. She said she thinks this is the first time she's performed in Jersey.
Wow.
So that was great for her. And Amp Energy Organic, we did this whole contest where the winners got to actually come to Powerhouse and show their side hustles. And that was really fun. I got a chance to sit down with all the winners for that. So I had a great time. I actually came from my cousin's wedding that day. So it was a long, 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 long day. But congratulations to my cousin Laura and Betsy. They got married on Sunday.
Okay, yeah. Congratulations to them. And again, shout out to everybody, all you guys that came out last night. If you came out, I know a lot of you are probably getting up slow because it was a long, long, long night. An amazing crowd. You guys had so much energy from the start of the show. This was the first time that the show started on time and people were in their seats on time. Usually at about 7 o'clock, people are just getting in. No, they were ready to rock at 7. Everybody had so much energy. So shout to all of you guys, man. We appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for turning Powerhouse out. Great event. Great event.
We'll get more into it, though, I'm sure, throughout the course of the morning.
Absolutely.
A lot happened.
Now, Dr. Phil will be joining us this morning.
Nice.
We'll kick it with Dr. Phil. He recently had, what's that girl?
Treasure.
Treasure? That's her name, Treasure. She's the girl that's black but thinks she's really white. She really, really thinks she's like white. Like she calls herself white, but she's black. Correct?
Mm-hmm. That's correct.
Right. So we'll kick it with Dr.
Good description.
Phil. Yeah, I was just trying to describe it right. Now
she hates black people. Not only does she think that she's white, she also hates black people. She calls them gorillas. She calls them monkeys.
Great. All right. Well, let's get the show cracking. Front page news. What are we talking about?
Really awful incident over the weekend with domestic terrorism. A bomber in Pittsburgh. A shooter in Pittsburgh, and then also the bombing that happened, the suspected bomber that was sending out all the mail. They've identified who that person is, so we'll get into both of those this morning.
All right, we'll get into all that when we come back. Keep it locked. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. Let me shout out to DJ Spin King, because that was Spin King's brainchild to bring out A Boogie, Tekashi 6ix9ine, and G9 Boys. That was his brainchild, and it
that was
worked
his
off.
set.
Yeah, that was his set, and he killed it. It was his birthday, too. So shout to Spin King.
All right,
right?
Spin King.
Now let's get into front page news. All right, now you want to talk football? I really don't want to, but we can go through it. Eagles beat the Jaguars 24-18. The Chiefs beat the Broncos 30-23. Seahawks beat the Lions 28-14. The Bengals beat the Buccaneers 37-34. Steelers beat the Browns 33-18. The Bears beat the Jets 24-10. The Colts beat the Raiders 42-28. The Redskins, they beat my Giants 2013. The Cardinals beat the 49ers 18-15. The Rams beat the Packers 29-27. And the Saints beat the Vikings 30-20. And tonight, of course, is Monday Night Football. The Patriots take on the Bills. Now, what sad news we going with now, Yee?
But let's start
and
with
the
some
Boston
good.
Red Sox. Congratulations to the Boston Red Sox.
That.
They won the World Series last night. They beat the Dodgers 4-1. Congratulations to Boston.
I think they said they won 4 times in the past 15 years or something like that.
That is true.
Wow. All right, well, let's start with some good news with the Powerball Jack. Well, good news for 2 people. For the rest of y'all, I guess not, because you guys played and didn't win. But somebody in Iowa and somebody in Harlem actually won the massive Powerball jackpot. So each ticket is worth $343.9 million, or if you break it down, it's almost $200 million cash. So congratulations to them. All right. There's a lot of secondary prizes. So even if you didn't win that prize, they're saying that there's 2 tickets in Florida and Texas that won $2 million and 13 others in 9 different states who won $1 million each. So don't just throw it away because you didn't get the big prize.
I've been trying to figure out all weekend long if I got family in Harlem, but I ain't got no family in Harlem. So.
All right. Now let's talk about Cesar Sayoc. He's the man suspected of sending 14 pipe bombs to different Democrats around the country who were critical of Donald Trump. He is from Aventura, Florida. He's facing federal charges. He could get up to 48 years in prison if he is convicted. Now, they're saying there could still be more packages that are on their way to being delivered, but they have some information for him. He was a stripper?
Yeah, he was a stripper.
It wasn't Chippendales. It was like a knockoff Chippendales. It was called Gold Productions.
Gold Productions, okay.
And they've been sued multiple times by Chippendales as well for trying to use their name for different things. He's even threatened to kill and infect other dancers with HIV. He's been an exotic dancer for years.
Wow. Does he have HIV?
I don't know anything about that. He once threatened to stab another dancer with a syringe loaded with HIV-infected blood.
Oh, he's crazy.
Yeah, they said once he got so jealous of a rival dancer, he taped tuna can lids to the bottom of his. He taped tuna can lids to the bottom of his boots and threatened to stomp his face and cut him up.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, and he used to threaten people on Twitter, but we'll get into that later. All kinds of things. So he has been identified.
Yeah, they caught him fast. I think he wanted to be caught, but they need to lock him up and keep him there forever.
And a tragic story in Pittsburgh at a synagogue, at Tree of Life Synagogue. 11 worshipers were killed Saturday morning when a man, Robert Bowers, targeted Jews online and made anti-Semitic comments during the shooting, came in there and just shot up the service at synagogue. He's facing 29 federal charges, some which are punishable by death. They're saying he could potentially get the death penalty. 6 more people were injured as well. So really sad situation. Here's what Donald Trump had to say.
Gun laws, Mr. President.
This has little to do with it. If you take a look, if they had protection inside, the results would have been far better. They didn't. Here the police were outstanding.
Oh, God.
You know what? Like I said, I'm not supposed to hate people, but I really hate him. Like, instead of just saying my condolences to the family, this is such a tragic situation.
He's like blaming them for not having.
Well, they should have had weapons inside. Like, come on. People have just lost family members, kids, fathers.
Now, keep in mind, Robert Bowers is in the hospital. He's being treated for gunshot wounds after actually getting into a shootout with the police as well. So he's still alive.
I should have just killed him.
All right. Well, that is your front page news.
All right. Now, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you're upset, you need to vent, hit us up right now. Maybe you had a bad night, bad morning. Maybe you're tired because the weekend was long. Or maybe you feel blessed.
Did anybody talk to Charlamagne this morning and make sure he's up?
Yeah, he's late. He's on his way.
Okay.
800-585-1051. Hit us up now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Time to get it off your chest, whether you're mad or blessed.
Say it with your chest.
We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
So if you got something on your mind, let it out.
Hello, who's this?
Alicia from.
Hey, okay, Alicia. Well, get it off your chest, mama.
Well, it's nothing bad. It's a good thing. I've been at my job for a year and a half, and I finally have my dream schedule, which is 7 a.m. to 4 a.m. because I'm a single mom, and I can't really afford to have someone pick my kids up every day. And I successfully got my 2 youngest daughters, 1 and 4, dressed no problems, and we made it to work on time, and now I'm dropping everybody off to daycare.
Okay, well,
So
enjoy
I'm
your
really
day.
proud of myself.
Yes, you are popping. What a great start to the day and the week.
Well, thank you, Mama. Enjoy your day.
You too, guys. Bye.
Trav, what up, Trav?
What's going on, Envy?
What's up, bro?
Not chilling. What's up, Yee?
Hi, Trav.
How you doing, beautiful lady?
Good. How are you, honey?
I'm doing good. Where my sis? My sis there?
What's up, sis?
He's not. You know, he's got a newborn at home.
Oh, he running late today?
Yeah, he's late.
Oh, man. I'm going to call back when he there.
I couldn't get in the back.
I met him on Friday.
I saw you guys took a picture together.
I couldn't get in the back door, sis.
How was that?
Say it again.
How was that?
Oh my goodness, the actual event was amazing. Like, it was entertaining. It's insightful. Like him and Mark Lamont Hill, they had a really good conversation.
I love Mark Lamont Hill, man. He's great.
It was good seeing you, Trav.
Shut up, Envy.
I can't believe that's your impersonation of him.
I couldn't get one.
Right, I had to call back when he not late.
All right, good. We want to hear what you got to say always.
Bye, y'all.
All right, now. Chris, what up?
Yeah, I just wanted to say what's up with Charlamagne. You know, me and my son, we'd always look forward to saying that yeah.
It's actually yo.
Now
me and my son always be looking forward to that. I'll be looking at him, he be looking at me like, yo, you ready? Yo, I'm ready.
You got your son in the car right now?
Nah, I dropped him off at daycare by 6:15. I'm headed to work now.
Ah, damn it, man.
He missed the yo.
Missed the yo. Sorry about that.
Next time he'll have to call and do it himself. Yeah.
All right. Nicole.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. Get it off your chest.
Hi, I would just like to say I've had a blessed weekend. Me and my wife, we have 5 years together. We just had our baby shower.
Congrats. Boy or girl, what are you expecting?
We are expecting a beautiful baby boy on Thanksgiving Day, hopefully.
Oh, wow, that's soon.
All right, well, congratulations.
Yes. Thank you so much. Have a blessed day, guys.
You picked out a name yet?
Yes, Landon.
Okay. All right, well, congratulations, Mom.
Thank you so much. Bye, guys.
Have a good one.
Landon.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, this is Josh, man.
What's up, Josh? Get it off your chest, bro.
Hey, man, I just want to say how blessed I am, man. Me and my wife, we just celebrated our 10-year wedding anniversary.
Wow.
Food box for us.
There you go. Nice. What y'all do?
Man, she likes Elton John. That's her guy. He's on a farewell tour. I went ahead and copped 2 tickets.
You went and see
Elton
Elton
lie.
John?
I like Elton John as well.
I do too. I mean, I wanted to go see it On the Run, but it ain't about me. So.
Well, Elton John's great too. He has a song with Young Thug out right now.
I know, I heard it. It's dope.
I don't know one Elton John song.
Yes, you do.
What song?
Benny and the Jets. Benny and the Jets.
Nah.
Rocket Man. You gotta know the classics.
Yeah, Rocket Man.
Nah.
Well, I can't believe you don't know. Yeah, Tiny Dancer.
Nah.
Come on,
man.
you gotta know all kinds.
I'm a monkey.
That's the monkey.
He's in the Beatles, right? He's in the Beatles, right?
He is in the Beatles? I don't know if he's in the Beatles. If he's in the Beatles,
Elton John is not in the Beatles.
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Elton John's a great performer, though. I actually do really like him. And
right.
What was that song called? Crocodile Rock?
Thank you. I don't know.
You better listen to Elton John's greatest hits.
Nah,
you have
pass.
access.
All right, get it off your chest. 800, do they have Elton John on title?
Of course.
Okay, I'll listen. 800-585-1051. Get it off your chest. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
What's your chest?
We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
So you better have the same energy.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, good morning. It's Mr. Barmaid, man. How y'all doing this morning?
What's up, bro? Get it
Mr.
off your
Barmaid
chest.
Vodka.
Hey, how you doing, E? How
Good,
you doing,
how are you?
DJ Envy?
What's up, bro?
Pretty good. I just want to tell y'all why I'm blessed. Today is my baby girl's birthday. They turned 3 this morning. I
Nice.
just want to say happy birthday to Rain and Ryan.
Okay, well, thank you.
They the Barmaid twins, so happy birthday to them.
Happy
to
birthday,
them.
babies.
James.
Good morning. This is the Breakfast Club.
Good morning.
No, this is The Breakfast Club. What up, James? Get it off your chest.
Man, I'm feeling a little stressed, but yet I'm blessed, in a sense, because I'm up and alive and well. I'm going through some things at home, but other than that, I just wanted to really get on the radio and give a shout out to my favorite radio station. My favorite crew in the morning, The Breakfast Club.
Thank you, bro. What you going through that's so hard, man? What's up? Talk to us.
Man, tell me what I ain't going through. They gave me like 5 days in my house because of back when the storm hit, I got behind on my rent. Landlord ain't trying to work with me, so then the job, we was off for like 2 weeks. There ain't no paycheck come in, and right now it's a struggle.
That's
Damn.
awful.
All right, well, you got your life, brother. You alive?
Hey, that's what I'm saying, man. I ain't giving up.
All right, brother.
I'm like Charlamagne. I'm in it to win it.
We'll be praying for you.
Yeah, we'll pray for you.
Appreciate you, my brother. Y'all have a good one.
You ever ask somebody what's wrong, and then when they tell you, you'd be like, damn, maybe I shouldn't have asked. I should have let it go.
Oh, my God. I just saw something crazy on Twitter.
What?
I can't even say. Somebody just said, well, never mind. I don't want to say because I don't want other people to do the same thing.
Okay. Hello, who's this?
Oh, my God.
Hello,
good morning.
Good morning. Who's this?
This is Craig. Morning.
Morning.
Morning to you.
Hey, man. Shouts out to y'all yesterday. I didn't get to make it, but I seen y'all through the Insta snap. Charlamagne, it's about time you let them boots breathe, boy.
Yeah, ever since we did our interview, right, they told him they got to loosen up his boots, Carlos.
It's about time.
Yeah, he loosened them up a little bit.
I want to get a stage this morning, though. I listen to y'all every day. This weekend was a good weekend. I spent time with my kids. DJ Envy, I might not be able to make it to your car show, but,
damn.
Yeah.
You could bring the kids.
They bring the kids to the car show.
I was trying to. Times is hard, man. Times is hard. My little man want to go, though.
How old's your kid?
He's 6.
I'll pay for your kid. You pay for yourself.
I thought it was free for kids.
That's right there.
It is free for kids. No, I'm just kidding. It's free for kids under 5. But yeah, I got you. Hold on, man.
I had to rearrange my whole schedule just to make sure I'm here for Envy's car show.
Hold on, man. I'll get you information, all right?
Can you pay for my kids?
You ain't got no kids, damn it.
I'm bringing some.
And don't forget, my car show is this Saturday, all right? If you want to see how your favorite celebrities drive, like Cardi B, Ross, 50 Cent, Fabulous, Nas, and a host of other cars, make sure you get your ass at that car show this Saturday. You can get tickets at Eventbrite. Hello, who's this?
Hi, it's Brianna.
Hey, mama, get it off your chest.
Well, today's my birthday, so...
Oh, happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
It's a bad bitch birthday.
Ow.
Yes, I'm 25.
Yes, girl. What you gonna do?
I don't know. My boyfriend said he's going to take me out somewhere, but I'm going to Miami soon, so that's my celebration.
Okay. Is he going with you, or are you going with the girls?
I'm going with my sister and my mom.
Oh,
okay,
boy.
Those are the girls. No problem.
Yep.
And where you from, mama?
Boston.
So you're going to be partying, and y'all just won the World Series. It's your birthday.
Okay.
All right.
It's lit in Boston. You know we're the best city of champs, okay?
I wouldn't say you're the best city.
I was in Boston one time
when
they actually won the World Series before, and they was going crazy, like turning cars over. I was like, y'all won. What's happening out here?
We're the city of champs.
All right.
Well, congratulations,
we'll let you have that
mama.
for today just because it's your birthday.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Enjoy your day, mama.
Thank you. Have a good day, guys.
You too. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, you can hit us up at any time. Now, we got rumors on the way?
Yes, and before I tell you what we're doing in rumors, I have a present for you this morning because I know we're very tired from being out all night last night at Powerhouse. But I have my own pressed juice that's about to launch. Mm-hmm. So I bought you a sample of Drink Fresh Juice. You can go to drinkfreshjuice.com, and that's our Instagram also. This one is apple, beet, and ginger, and this will give you some energy this morning.
That won't make me diarrhea or nothing,
no, it won't.
Okay.
This will help you sample this, and you'll be one of the first people to try it, besides everybody that we sponsored at Afropunk with Toyota.
All right, I'll try it.
You better.
You gonna tell us what we doing in rumors?
Well, get excited.
I'm excited, but what we doing in rumors?
You didn't sound excited.
I'm excited.
You need some energy? Have some Drink Fresh Juice.
And come to the stage, Angela Yee. What's the name of it?
All right, it's called Drink Fresh Juice.
With her Drink Fresh Juice. What we have in the rumors?
Right now, we'll be talking about a new life story that's coming to Netflix, but it will be animated. And guess who it's about?
Who?
I'm going to tell you in rumors.
All right, keep it locked. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club.
What's happening? Good morning.
Let's get to these rumors. Let's talk Powerhouse last night.
It's about time. What's going on?
Rumor report.
This is the Rumor Report with Angela Yee on The Breakfast Club.
Well, you set it off, Envy, because I was a little late to Powerhouse. My cousin got married yesterday in Asbury Park, New Jersey. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Laura and Betsy. And so I was a little late. So what did I miss? Because when I got there, who was on stage? We were actually about to bring out SZA.
Lil Got Cash opened up the show. Mm-hmm. And then right after that, I brought out Lil Duval.
How I miss Lil Duval?
Yeah, you didn't even know you missed Lil Duval. Lil Duval killed it. Lil Duval had 10 minutes on stage, and
he did Smile Bitch for 10 minutes.
Yeah, no, he got the crowd hyped first. He played a couple of New York joints, and then he did Smile Bitch. He brought out a pianist. I mean, not a violinist. Matter of fact, he brought out a violinist that helped him do the smile. He killed it.
And he brought out Fatboy SSC. I don't know what Fatboy did. What did Fatboy do?
Just chill.
Oh, okay.
Just hung out on stage. But what he did do was, I was like, he about to get locked up. He stopped in the middle of Smile Bitch, and he pulled out this big, long, rolled up thing of weed.
It's called a joint.
A thing of weed.
Joint.
My God.
I don't know what to call it.
How old are you?
I don't know. I don't know. People don't say joints anymore.
Why people don't say joints anymore? J?
Do they still say joints?
Yeah, they say a joint, a J.
Well, he rolled up some weed right on stage and lit it and smoked it right there. I said, oh, he about to get locked up. And then he did Smile Bitch again, killed it. And then after that,
Duval's a real artist nowadays because he's giving out chains. He gave me a chain last night.
He gave you a chain?
He gave me a rich broke chain.
Oh, shoot.
Well, he didn't give me the chain. He gave me the charm with his cheap ass.
Oh, so now,
It's my chain.
so now y'all go together?
They go together.
That's my dog for years. You know what I'm saying? I'm proud of Duval. Dropping the clues bombs for Duval, man. Duval is finally embracing who he is. And what I mean by that, he's a guy who should have been rocking those big stages years ago, but he wasn't taking it serious enough.
Well, he's got it.
He just wasn't focused. He's focused now.
Yeah,
All
he's
right.
focused now.
And now, in addition to that, we introduced SZA. The Breakfast Club came out and introduced SZA. She performed. And then I had a little sit down with SZA. And what's exciting is we can expect some new music soon.
I have like heavy baby fever right now. It's so crazy.
Okay.
I do.
All right. Well, maybe that's what the next album's going to be about.
Hell no.
Do we know when it's coming or how long you are?
I have an idea to where I might drop something before my album because I take my album really seriously. I need not hold it for 4 years.
All right, so something might drop maybe before the holidays, before the album.
That would be crazy.
But maybe.
Definitely.
How she went from saying she got heavy baby fever to talking about her album?
Well, we were talking about Halloween coming up, and there's a lot of little girls dressed on social media as SZA. So she was talking about the little girls dressed as her and how she has baby fever from looking at those pictures.
I'm still trying to figure out how that went from baby fever to her album.
Because her album's her baby. We were discussing that earlier, too.
I want to know if she got any prospects. Who out there about to shoot SZA's club up?
Yeah, she got a lot of great DMs. So make sure you watch that full interview with SZA. But she also went back on stage when Cardi B closed out the show.
Let's go!
I think you broke hoes need to get a job. Now I'm a boss, I run my own name on the jet. We feel so good, I say my own name during sex.
Yeah, she killed it. Cardi B killed it.
I miss Barty's performance.
Yeah.
I saw her backstage though. We was chopping it up backstage. Her daughter is beautiful. Drop on a clues bomb for
Culture.
Young Culture. Culture is gorgeous.
They've been getting all kinds of offers for pictures of Culture. She's turning down 7-figure offers right now.
Oh no, that baby's worth at least 14 figures, maybe 21.
And then you got to talk about Tekashi killing it last night.
Yes,
too.
Tekashi also hit the stage. He was an unexpected performer. He was actually banned from the venue, but he managed to slide in somehow.
I don't know how he got in there, but he did get in there. Shout out to Spin King. It was Spin King's birthday, so for his birthday, he brought out A Boogie with the Hoodie and Tekashi. And Tekashi ripped it down. 5 songs
You were
straight.
his DJ.
Yeah, I DJ for them. He killed it. He absolutely positively killed it. I don't know how he got in the building or how he got out the building, but he snuck in and snuck his ass right out.
Well, if he wouldn't have to sneak in the venues if he didn't attract so much trouble. I would think the love he received from that crowd last night would be enough for him to stop the antics and start rocking these arenas, but I doubt it.
Well, he has no choice now. He's on probation. There's some stipulations he has to abide by.
He didn't abide none of them last
Which we're going to talk about in the rumor
Last night he was supposed to not say Treyway no more. I heard Treyway from that stage a few times.
I think
and they was
I didn't hear that.
Well, whatever. And they was saying he wasn't. And they was saying he wasn't. And they was. What you mean a snitch? He was in front of 20,000 people. What are y'all talking about?
What else happened? What else did he do that he wasn't supposed to do?
And he wasn't supposed to be talking about any gang stuff no more. He damn sure was doing that last
violated.
night. Hey, if you can sneak a whole 6ix9ine into the Prudential Center, what else can you sneak in there? What else was in there that wasn't supposed to be in there last night?
I don't know.
Huh?
I don't know.
Nothing. All right, I'm Angela Yee, and that's your rumor
report. You
report.
a whole person
sure
into
did.
the Prudential Center?
Sure did.
The craziest thing about it, he looked the most suspicious in the whole building. Like I saw him like 3 times, and I was like, I think that was 6ix9ine. And then
but you wasn't sure.
And then people was like, yeah, that was 6ix9ine. I'm like, you look too suspicious.
He got tattoos all over his face. That say 6ix9ine.
He had a hoodie on, and he had it all buttoned up to the top, and like a little mask covering his face. Bro, it's Halloween. You could have just wore a costume. You know what I'm saying?
But he got it.
He could have just came in with a real mask on, and nobody would have paid it no attention because it's Halloween. Instead, he decided to look like the most suspicious trick-or-treater I've ever seen in my life.
But he got it. He got it. He hit it.
All right, guys, rumor report.
All right.
Thank you.
Front page news next, She.
Yes, we are going to talk about somebody from Harlem, and they're about to be a 100 millionaire, or I guess that's what you call it.
Era. All right, we'll get into that next. Keep it locking in. Dr. Phil will be joining us next hour. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. All right. Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. We shouldn't really talk football. My team is definitely going to have a great game
It's not
next
all about
week.
you.
All right.
a great game next week. They 1-6. It don't matter how many more great games they have.
Well, they got to bye next week, so they're not even playing. So
No.
they definitely can't lose.
I saw a headline saying that Odell's not happy to be a Giant.
Nobody's happy to be a Giant right now. Jeesh. All right, the Eagles beat the Jaguars 24-18. Chiefs beat the Broncos 30-23. Seahawks beat the Lions 28-14. The Bears beat the Jets 24-10. Steelers beat the Browns 33-10. The Panthers beat the Ravens 36-21. Bengals beat the Buccaneers 37-34. The Redskins beat the Giants 20-13. The Rams beat the Packers 29-27. The Saints beat the Vikings 30-20. The Cowboys didn't win or lose, huh?
They had a bye week.
They had a bye week. And then this tonight, the Patriots take on the Bills. And congratulations to the Boston Red Sox. They won the World Series last night.
Drop on the clues bombs for the real title town, the only title town.
They beat the Dodgers 4-1.
Them goddamn Bostonians.
Congratulations to them. Now,
And don't forget in boxing, Danny Jacobs won by split decision over the weekend.
Okay.
As well, right?
Yep, he wants to fight Canelo Alvarez now.
Mm-hmm. All right, now let's talk about the bombing suspect, Cesar A. Sayak. He's the person that sent 14 packages targeting politicians, high-level politicians who were Democrats, who also were critics of Donald Trump. Well, now they're saying they have more information about him. They said he worked as a stripper. I saw some pictures.
Of course, the stripper delivering pipe bombs. It sounds all. It's just such a great storyline.
This guy.
Now, he was on probation for battery and grand theft back in 2014, and he would travel to do work with Chippendales, but it was not the real Chippendales. It was like a knockoff Chippendales that he was working for. They were getting sued all the time for trying to use their name. And they said as he worked as an exotic dancer for years, he threatened to kill and infect other dancers with HIV. So
that's a pipe bomb.
That's that guy. So we'll see what happens.
And why would you call yourself the Chippendales when you can call yourself the Pipe Bombers? That's a great name for a group of strippers.
Well, we'll see what happens when he goes to court because he is facing up to 45 years. All right, now let's discuss some really sad news. This was in Pittsburgh, and the American Jewish community is in mourning. Everybody's in mourning right now after a gunman killed 11 worshipers on Saturday morning in a synagogue in Pittsburgh. They're saying it is the deadliest attack ever on Jews in the United States. This went down at the Tree of Life Synagogue. The suspect, Robert Bowers, is in the hospital after a shootout with the police. He's being treated for gunshot wounds. And basically, he was just saying that he hated all Jewish people and he targeted Jews. And he just wanted to make sure that he showed up and caused all kinds of havoc, and he did.
Listen, man, reminds me of the shooting that happened at Emmanuel AME in Charleston, SC. There are absolutely no safe spaces in America anymore. The church, the synagogue, the Kingdom Hall, the mosque, those are supposed to be safe spaces. When you're worshiping and you're praying to God, you're supposed to be giving all your problems to God and giving all your stress to God and giving all your glory to God. And to have the devil come in there and do something like that, it's just like there's no safe spaces in America, man.
Well, he'll be making his first court appearance this afternoon, and he's facing 29 federal charges, some of which are punishable by death.
Jesus.
All right, and two winners will split the $687 million Powerball jackpot. One person is actually from Harlem, or at least they bought the ticket in Harlem. The other person is in Iowa. Okay, so even if you didn't win and you're not going to split that, they're going to cash out at about $198 million apiece if they take the cash after they take that.
Merry freaking Christmas.
Yeah, that's a nice Christmas.
Great Christmas. Who's the guy in Harlem? Drop on the
We don't know yet.
Or the girl. Yeah. If it's a guy, you should be trying to get at Scissor right now because she got baby fever.
Oh, boy.
All right?
Okay, well, that's your front page news.
All right, now, when we come back, Dr. Phil will be joining us. We'll kick it with Dr. Phil, so don't move.
Dr. Phil.
It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
Yes, sir.
Dr. Phil.
What's up, Dr. Phil?
Good morning. How's everybody?
17 seasons of the Dr. Phil Show.
Yeah.
Congrats, man.
Yeah, thanks.
And re-up till 2023.
That's right.
Wow.
We just signed up for some more.
Do you ever look at them and say, man, do I have to do press? I mean, god dang, they know it's on. They know where to find it.
No, you know, I like getting out and talking to people. I really do. I don't like doing it at 6 o'clock in the morning for like the Today Show or something. But this is pretty civilized here.
Gotcha.
Well, right now you are on fire with this girl Treasure that you had on the show. That is a black girl who says that she's white.
Now, Charlamagne gave a donkey today. Have you ever heard donkey today?
Do you even remember who that is, Dr. Phil?
I do remember this Treasure girl.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. She drove me crazy.
Did you believe anything that was coming out of her mouth?
You know, when you get somebody that is that radical, the first thing you do is think, you know, is this a put on?
Right.
But before we have somebody on, we do a deep dive on these people before they ever get on. And this mother was desperate. And what happened is this girl was adopted, and her mother did not tell her. Her father was a white guy. Her stepfather was a white guy. He died, and when he died, Mom said, "Oh, by the way, that was your stepdad. You're not biracial. Your real dad is black." And she was like, "What?" Because she just had no idea. And at that same time, they moved out of the suburbs and into the city, and her whole life changed, and she freaked out.
They must have beat her ass every day in school.
That's why I was working so hard on it. Like, girl, come on, you are a racist. You need to shut up.
Yeah.
And I brought in a life coach for her. You probably saw the wonderful lady out of Atlanta that's a really, really talented and delightful life coach for her. But she's a hardhead. I'm afraid she's going to really get her ass beat. Seriously.
Hey, Dr. Phil, do you believe somebody can be transracial?
Yeah, I do. I mean, you identify with what you grow up with, what you learn, what all of your cultural cues are, everything that you identify with. That's your identity. It's not your genetics. It's your identity.
Tell that to the police when they pulling her black ass over.
Exactly. And and her best friend is black, and she's saying all of these racial things. And what about your best friend?
She's really racist. Then. All racists say my best friend is black.
Yeah.
Sounds like some trauma in her life, though, that has her from what happened on the show and what we learned about her. Her backstory does sound like something's like triggered. It might be something mental.
Yeah, there's something mental, and it is trauma. I mean, she first off, I think her mother made a real mistake not being straight up with her. Then she lost her lifestyle and her father, and then this news all at the same time, and she's very confused. Plus, she's very entitled and very immature. So all that together.
Well, a lot of white people do feel entitled.
Yeah, we just did a show on white privilege. Yeah.
One more thing about the Treasure Girl. Do you feel like y'all was exploiting her for ratings? Because she is 16. Her prefrontal cortex isn't truly developed yet.
He just learned that word, Dr. Phil. He said it 9 times today.
He's been using that word all day.
Her prefrontal cortex isn't fully developed until she's at least 25. You feel like y'all was exploiting her a little for ratings?
No, I don't think we exploited her for ratings. And, by the way, people ask me that sometimes about a given show or whatever. Ratings means ad rates, right? That's set before the season ever starts.
Talk your talk, Dr. Phil. We don't need that.
And we've been on 17 years, so what I do with one guest or another doesn't change a damn thing one way or another. And we spend a lot of time protecting kids.
I'm really trying to help people.
Now, Doc, have you ever, as a young boy, have you ever thought about changing? You wanted to be a different race?
Never occurred to me.
No? Never wanted to be black?
No. How about you? How about you?
He said, how about
Have
you,
you never wanted to be black?
Have you ever wanted to be black? Huh?
I am black, Dr. Phil. I am black.
You talked about the white privilege panel, the deconstructing white privilege panel. Why is it so hard for white people to understand their privilege?
Because they think it's an individual thing, and they get defensive and start saying, I didn't do anything wrong. They don't get the fact that white privilege does not have anything to do with their doing something specifically wrong. They think it's all about them personally taking some unfair advantage, and that's not what it's about. It's about the fact that this is what inures to people that are not of color, that they don't consciously choose, they don't consciously create. It's white privilege if you can walk down the street and people, 3 of you walk down the street and somebody walking towards you not cross over to the other side because they're afraid something's going to happen. They don't realize that even happens, but it does. They don't realize they can walk into a restaurant and a white woman reach down and snap her purse shut. They don't realize that doesn't happen when they walk in, but it does happen when you walk in.
Why? Because I got a hoodie on?
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's a pretty good-looking hoodie, though.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't get that. They don't get that when you're white, you get a 40% longer interview for a job than you do if you're of color. They don't realize those things happen because it doesn't show and they don't feel it.
When did you recognize your own white privilege?
When I started studying it a long time ago, in college, back in my master's program and doctoral program, we started looking at those things then. So I got sensitized to it and started studying it.
There was old clip from Donald Trump where he said that black people have more advantages than white people because of like affirmative action and things like that. So if he could come back, he would be a black man. It was an old clip though. But why do some white people think black people have more privilege than them?
Because they're idiots. That's idiotic. It's an idiotic thing to say. I mean, that's just simply not true. They don't have more privileges because there's a historical momentum in terms of educational opportunity and the things that we just talked about with regard to white privilege that they simply don't know because they haven't had to climb that steeper hill because things that flowed their direction.
You know what's so interesting? I always ask white people, I say, how are you using your privilege to combat prejudice? You actually got a whole list on how to combat white privilege.
Yeah, I think only thing you can do, this is, when I started the show 17 years ago, people asked me, what are you going to do? And I said, one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about the silent epidemics in America. Just like domestic violence and mental illness. I mean, there's a whole lot of silent epidemics in America. That's one of them.
All right, we got more with Dr. Phil. When we come back, don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. Dr. Phil is here. You did a show on ADD, and we talk about mental illness a lot. Do you feel like some of that is a fad, and people are just using that as excuses for things?
Well, ADD is what I call a wastebasket diagnosis.
What do you mean?
It's when I was growing up, that kid was an out-of-control brat. Okay, now, since we have ADD and ADHD, it has become a wastebasket diagnosis. Anytime a kid is misbehaving, he's ADD or ADHD.
And I hate it.
So let's throw Ritalin at him. It is so overdiagnosed, it is absolutely unbelievable. But medicine is a high-volume business, and so it's easier to write a script than it is to figure out what's really going on.
Yeah, they tried to put me on Ritalin in middle school, and my father was like, he don't need no Ritalin, he just needs his ass kicked.
Yeah, well.
You might have needed Ritalin, bro.
Yeah.
And an ass kicking.
I was going to ask about mental illness as well. It seems like a lot of people are talking about mental illness, and if something's wrong, that's the first thing. I'm mentally ill. What do you think about that as well?
Well, look, it can certainly be an excuse, but I don't want that to keep people from talking about mental illness, because what I've tried to do is push mental illness, mental health to the forefront of the narrative in America, because I don't want people to be ashamed about talking about mental illness. I hate to see people misuse it,
right,
because I want people to feel free to talk about mental illness in America, anxiety, depression. People need to talk about that and not feel alone, not feel ashamed, not hide it, get rid of the stigma for mental illness. Because to me, if you've got a mental illness, it is an illness.
I just found out that anxiety was a mental illness, because I suffer from anxiety, but I didn't realize it went under the mental illness umbrella. When I thought mental illness, I thought bipolar and stuff like that. I didn't know anxiety was.
A lot of people feel that it's a weakness, that you're just not strong, you're not a man, you're not whatever, and that's just absolutely not true. This is a neurologically based situation, and oftentimes it can be 80% neurological and 20% psychological. You just don't know till you get in and figure it out. And I'm glad you're talking about it, by the way.
I just wrote a book about it.
I know you did. That is a great thing to do, because a lot of people pay attention to you, they look up to you, and they say, okay, if he can acknowledge that and deal with it, then I can.
All right, we were first introduced to the Cast Me Outside girl on your show, and since then she's signed a record deal and everybody knows who she is. Do you keep in contact with her, and what do you think about everything that she's done since then?
I do not keep in contact with her, and
Are you ashamed about that, Dr. Phil?
I wish her nothing but the best, but I think that that's a very dysfunctional situation.
Yeah.
We sent her to a really great place called Turnabout Ranch. She really got away from her attitude, and she started participating. She actually took a leadership position with a lot of girls there and was just doing terrific. And she got home, and she got back into that environment, and it just all came unraveled. Somehow or another, they've turned it into a cash cow.
Yeah.
And so I suppose there's a silver lining in that regard. But
I think that encourages the negative behavior.
The money.
Yeah.
Like it might make people want to come on the show and act up because they think they'll get famous from that.
And we since that a few times. She came back for a follow-up visit, and when she came back for the follow-up visit, and I had no audience at all. The mother was stunned. I said, well, you don't need an audience. You're just here to follow up and continue the progress with your daughter, right? What do you need an audience for? At that point, I thought she had flipped into trying to play to the audience, so I emptied the whole building, had not one person in the audience.
Are we seeing the effects of social media on in this younger generation now?
So the kids have the knowledge, but not the wisdom, and that's the problem. And I've seen kids that commit suicide because they don't get enough likes for their pictures, or somebody is bullying them on the internet.
Is that a healthy way to do social media?
Well, first off, I think they should be limited in the amount of time they spend on it, because they can get addicted to this, right?
Yeah.
And parents need to limit the kids' access to it.
I think even with technology, they're trying to limit that too by having kids' phones shut off after a certain amount of hours and all of that. They have all these things that they can do now for parents to make sure that their kids can't be on their phones and tablets all the time.
See, I didn't know that. I didn't know they'd shut them down.
What does Oprah think about all of this?
Well, you have to ask Oprah about that.
She never talked to you about it?
I talk to her all the time.
What does she say?
We tend to both shake our heads at the same time.
Did you expect to get where you are after first appearing on her show? Like, did you see this?
No, I never had any intention of being on television. I was very busy with a trial science firm when I met Oprah, and they called to ask me to be on the show. Well, I was on the show the night I represented her in the Mad Cow case up in Amarillo. I was on her defense team up there. But then a few weeks later, a month later, they called and asked me to come be on the show because she'd made a commitment to her viewers. She said, look, anything I find in my life that I think is of real value, I'll share it with you. And she said I was one of those things she found in her life that was of value, so she wanted to share it with her viewers. And they called and said, we want you to be on the show. And I said, no, that's okay. But I've got the name of 3 people that I think will do a really good job. So I passed. And about 30 minutes later, the phone rang, and it was Oprah. And she said, you don't say no to Oprah. What are you going to, come on, come be on the show. Wow. And I said, well, I'm going scuba diving. When they're doing it, I'm going scuba diving. She said, well, we'll wait till you get back. How's that? And I said, well, okay. So I went scuba diving, and I came back and went on the show. And so I just went and did what I did. And what they'll say, and the rest is history, I guess. It just kind of clicked, and people were pretty much in shock at first, to tell you the truth.
Was your show successful from the first season? Like
yes,
because you had a nice build-up, 5 years. People were familiar with you.
Well, listen, when Oprah launches you, it's yours to lose, right? Because she gives you a good running start, right?
What did you think of Megyn Kelly's comedies about?
Well, I know Megyn Kelly very well, and I always look at people's intent. I think it was a poor choice of words. I think she'd take it back 1,000,000 times over. But I don't think she had any negative intent at all.
She should know better, though.
Well, of
There's
course.
been so many conversations about this. It's
of
like,
course.
come on, and especially what she does in her line of work. That's something that she should have been researched and known about instead of just
she's heard it before.
Putting
she should have
something
known
out there like that. So she should know better.
Of course. The last thing I say before I walk on stage, I close my eyes and say, do not walk out there and say something stupid. That's the last thing I say before I walk out on television.
I thought you were about to say something real profound. Like Dr. Wayne W. Dyer.
Lord, help me with this.
Well, thanks for having me, guys.
All right, Dr. Phil. Now, let's open up the phone lines. 800-585-1051. Thank you for stopping by, Dr. Phil. All right, let's open up the phone lines. Do you think Dr. Phil is responsible for giving his ratchet guests a platform? What do you guys think?
I mean, no more responsible than any other media outlet or radio outlet is.
I don't think he necessarily wants to. I just think he's just, talking about what's the problems and what's going on in their life.
I think he also can't predict what's going to happen before they come on the show.
What do you mean? Of course they can't.
He can't predict what people are going to say, though. I'm saying once you do the interview.
Yes, they do. They brought her on the show.
No, what I'm saying is once you do the interview, right? Like whenever we interview somebody, we don't know exactly what they're going to say. We can't predict what it's going to turn out like.
But Dr. Phil's case is different because he's bringing them on the show for
a specific reason.
That specific reason.
Right.
He brought her on the show because she's a black girl who
And
thinks she's white
her.
and hates black people.
Right.
Brought Cast Me Outside girl on the show because she hates her parents.
She was disrespectful to her parents.
Right.
Yeah. But he didn't know that it was going to turn into the viral
they were
thing
gonna
that
blow
it turned
up,
into, or how
the
crazy they were going to act on the show, or exactly what they would say.
Now, people are hitting us up right now saying that a lot of the stuff that Dr. Phil does is fake. They said that the girl's sister is actually online saying the whole thing is scripted. Now, if the whole thing is scripted, which I would have known beforehand to ask Dr. Phil that, then yes, that's wrong.
I thought we did ask Dr. Phil, and he was like, it's all real.
Yeah, we did ask him.
Oh, we did? I forgot that.
Well, 800-585-1051. Do you think Dr. Phil is responsible for letting some of his ratchet guests get a platform? Call us now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning. It's DJ NV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Now, if you just joined us, Dr. Phil was just here. And we were asking, do you think that his ratchet guests, he's giving them a platform? That's the question, 800-585-1051.
I mean, he's no more responsible than, The Breakfast Club is, or any other platform or outlet that brings certain people on. Like, he knows where that could go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I don't think he ever knows who's going to be huge.
Listen,
you don't know what's going to go viral?
If my producers come to me and say, hey, it's this black girl who thinks she's white and she hates black people, that's ratings gold.
That is
you know exactly what you're getting into.
Gonna go viral. He didn't know the Cast Me Out girl, though.
Maybe,
I mean, it's a
white girl that talks bad about her mom all the time.
That's all of them.
Cast Me Outside girl, no. But Treasure, absolutely. And by the way, Treasure was probably their way of trying to get another Cast Me Outside girl moment.
Right.
All right, it worked.
Let's go to the phone lines. Hello, who's this?
Hey, y'all. Hey, this is Kiki.
Hey, TK.
What up, Kiki?
I knew you were going to do that.
Me?
I knew it, and she's tired of that.
Now, we're talking Dr. Phil this morning.
Dr. Phil needs to sit down somewhere. He really does.
Why you say that?
Because there are too many people that came on his show that are ratchet.
Now, come on. Now, you said too many people. How many?
The little white girl.
Cast Me Outside girl and Treasure. Two people. Stop
it.
And
the black girl.
Yes.
And the black girl the other day.
Two people.
Doesn't know that she's black.
Yes.
Not yet. She don't know she's black yet.
But let's be clear. He's been on for 17
years. That's what I said. But we are so crazy nowadays. He brings too many people on.
It's just two.
Two people.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, this is Dalton Woodley from Virginia Beach.
Hey, we're talking Dr. Phil this morning. You think he's allowing his ratchet guests a platform?
I mean, honestly, I think it gives him the opportunity. I wouldn't say him himself personally is exploiting them. But I think anyone given the opportunity would take advantage of their 15 minutes in fame.
Okay.
That is true. And the producers and social media people they got working there, once they see that working, they're going to continue to do more of that.
Absolutely. Hello, who's this?
This is DJ Skip from Indianapolis.
What's up, bro? You think Dr. Phil is giving his ratchet guests too much of a platform?
Man, he gave her too much time on his platform, man. She went on there cooning and everything, man. She crazy. Someone needs to slap her.
I wouldn't say slap.
And I also will say this: we talking about platforms. We're the ones who make the platform bigger,
right?
Because once Dr. Phil plays it, we're the ones that share the viral clip on all our platforms. Everybody that's tweeting and Instagramming and Facebook and y'all sharing her on y'all platforms too. So y'all just complicit.
People love a train wreck.
Hey, they sure do. Hello, who's this?
Hey, this is Doe. What's going on, Envy?
What's up with you, bro?
I'm cooling, man. I'm cooling, man. Yeah, I got some bad news, man.
Oh.
What's up, Yee?
Hey, how are you, boo?
I'm pretty good.
We was talking about Dr. Phil, but what's your bad news, bro?
Man, I'm over here in New Orleans, man. We just lost one this morning about 4:30.
Oh, Young Greatness.
Young Greatness, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, man, this is crazy, man. This city, I don't know what's going on, man. We can't have nothing, man.
We're gonna talk about it more in the rumors, though, man. But definitely rest in peace and condolences to his family, man. Young Greatness, rest in peace, man. Thank you for calling and checking us up and making sure we knew.
All right, man. Appreciate it. Y'all have a good one.
All right, well, thank you for keeping us posted for what's going on. And, yeah, you got the rumors coming up, right?
Yes, and that's the unfortunate story that we are going to be talking about in the Rumor Report about Young Greatness shot and killed.
All right, we'll get into that next. Keep it locked. It's The Breakfast Club. All right, morning, everybody. It's DJ MV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Let's get to the rumors. Let's talk Young Greatness.
It's time. She's spilling the tea. This is The Rumor Report with Angela Yee on The Breakfast Club.
Man, rest in peace to Young Greatness. He was shot and killed in New Orleans. This happened early this morning, according to friends. Theodore Jones is his name. He was shot outside the Waffle House. They're saying that the shooting occurred around 1:35 a.m. When officers did get to the scene, they found that he was killed with a single gunshot wound. He was pronounced dead on the scene. Right now, they are gathering evidence and information to identify a suspect and a motive. Now, his mother spoke to the news. Here's what she had to say.
I can't stand that place. They can have it with their politics and potholes. It's too many mothers taking slow walks to sad tunes while they sit at home and play politics with people life and people living. They can have it down there.
Too many mothers taking slow walks to sad tunes.
That was his mother,
That's a
Janine
ball.
Rose. Yeah, so again, our condolences go out to his family. Really sad situation.
Rest in peace to that brother. He was here
And we'll keep
early
you
on.
updated. Yes, he was here. He came with Akon.
Maybe like 4 or 5 years ago. He been a couple times. He came with Akon once, and he came
by
by
himself one time, yeah. Yeah,
All right,
definitely
so
rest
we'll
in
keep
peace.
you guys updated on what's happening with that. And let's talk about Netflix. They are turning Wyclef's life story into an animated movie. He's partnering up with Netflix to do that. It's going to be an animated musical about his youth. They said when Wyclef first came to us with the rich story idea for an animated film about his personal journey and the evolution of his music from when he was a young boy in Haiti to finding his voice in New York City, we were hooked. So should be interesting. He said, I grew up in extreme poverty, but I was rich with imagination.
Okay, I
watch
would watch
that.
that.
I've been watching The Haunting of Hill House over the weekend. I was trying to catch up while I was at home. I know you guys don't like scary things, but you would like it. It's pretty good. It's not like scary in your face scary.
It's not scary, it's just scary.
It's more like
It's scary.
I don't purposely, I don't pay people to scare me, and I don't purposely attempt to scare myself, so I'm not doing that.
Well, it's great if anybody wants to watch The Haunting of Hill House. I'm Angela Yee, and that's your Rumor Report.
All right, thank you, Miss Yee. Charlamagne.
Yes.
Who you giving that donkey to?
Listen, man, we need Josh how you pronounce his last name?
Duhamel.
Duhamel. We need Josh Duhamel to come to the front of the congregation. He's doing some serious victim blaming this morning, and we're going to get to the bottom of it and set him straight.
All right. We'll get to that next. Keep it locked. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Charlamagne, say the gang, dunk it other Charlamagne.
You are
a donkey.
It's time for Donkey of the Day.
Donkey of the Day does not discriminate. I might not have the song of the day, but I got the donkey of the day.
So if you ever feel I need to be a donkey, man, hit me with the hee-haw.
Yes, the Breakfast Club, bitches.
Who's Donkey of the Day today?
Yes, Donkey of the Day for Monday, October 29th goes to Josh Duhamel. Now, if you don't know who Josh Duhamel is, he's an actor. Am I saying his name right?
Josh Duhamel.
Josh Duhamel. I don't give a damn. He couldn't even tell us apart. Now, if you don't know who Josh Duhamel is, he's an actor and the soon-to-be ex-husband of Fergie, okay? They aren't officially divorced yet, but separated. And clearly, Josh still has love for Fergie, or he doesn't want that divorce to go through because he is sticking up for his boo. Now, he's like 9 months too late, but better late than never. Do we all remember in this room when Fergie sang the national anthem at the 2018 NBA All-Star Game? Do we remember? If we don't remember, let's refresh our memories.
And the rockets the bombs bursting in air.
March bursting in air.
Through the night.
Okay.
That a flag was still there.
Everybody take a knee. It gets worse.
Does that star spangled banner yet wave?
Okay, enough. Fart on Fergie's vocals. Okay, Josh, that's all your fault that we played that again, okay? I forgot all about that. Now, if you remember, Draymond Green was a visual representation of a lot of us watching that when he chuckled to himself as he was performing. Now, I actually thought Draymond chuckled in the most professional way possible, because if that was me on that court when she was singing, I would have let off the most sinister, evil laugh I could muster. Something like this. And maybe a little pointing at her. Now, I haven't heard one person ever say Draymond was wrong for that little snicker he did. All right, you know why? Because you can't point the finger at Draymond Green in that situation, because the world was laughing at Fergie loudly. LOLing with capital letters, crying, laughing emojis, tears everywhere. But for whatever reason, Josh, Fergie's ex-husband, almost 9 months too late, damn near a whole 3 trimesters, is speaking out to ask Draymond for an apology. If I didn't hear it for myself, I wouldn't believe it.
What?
This is Josh Drumel asking Draymond for an apology.
The thing that made me upset was that she was taking a lot of really cruel sort of comments. People were really trolling. I was pissed off at Draymond Green, first of all. I think he owed her an apology. I thought he was kind of a prick.
Why specifically for
just
those
because he knew the camera was on him and he snickered about it. And I just thought that if he would have been a real man, he would have at least called her and said, listen, I'm sorry that I caused all that.
A whole 3 trimesters,
I know
Josh.
you don't think that she caused that.
You wait a whole 3 trimesters to ask for an apology. It's almost Halloween. Shut up. All right, I got other things to do. Let me tell you something, Josh. I don't know how much Fergie is receiving in y'all divorce. I don't know why all of a sudden you're trying to get on her good side. But her hacking of the national anthem is not the cross to die on. All right, Draymond doesn't owe Fergie an apology. In fact, Fergie owes America an apology. All right? For butchering the national anthem. Fergie's rendition of the national anthem offended me the way the football players taking a knee offend Donald Trump. All right? Not really. But you had ample time to prepare for that national anthem. You had time to practice. You had time to get some rest, drink some green tea with honey and lemon. If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready, Fergie. And you wasn't ready. Josh, did you ask her to apologize for doing such a terrible job? You had the nerve to say Draymond should have called Fergie instead. If he would have been a real man, he would have at least called her and said, listen, I'm sorry that I caused all of this. Play that.
If he would have been a real man, he would have at least called her and said, listen, I'm sorry that I caused all that.
Draymond didn't cause anything. Fergie caused all of that because she's the one who hacked the national anthem. Those lame-ass vocals didn't come from Draymond. They came from Fergie. All right? That is the epitome of entitlement and privilege to think that Draymond has to apologize because your people effed up. You are victim blaming right now, Josh. Yes, Draymond is a victim. We were all victims. All of our ears were abused, assaulted, molested by this.
My goodness.
I feel victimized just hearing that again. Josh, listen, don't play the victim. The circumstances you created. In this case, circumstances your ex-wife created. Please give Josh Duhamel the sweet sounds of the What's his name?
Dumel.
Please give Josh Duhamel the sweet sounds of the Hamiltons.
Oh, now you are the dog.
This real singing right here now.
Of the day. Ooh, you are the doggy. Of the day.
Watch this break down.
Now you saw he did apologize.
Who?
Josh Dumel.
Man, could you tell Josh?
He did a hashtag sorry Fergie. He said note to self, think twice before you call out the champs. Well played, Warriors.
Tell Josh Dumel go to hell. Drop on the clues bombs for the Hamiltons.
Well played.
When they gonna let them sing the national anthem somewhere?
You ain't gonna play the remix?
Oh, you want to hear the remix?
Yes.
Okay. And by the way, the Warriors were dancing to this remix.
There's always a bright side.
That's what
to
I was
the
waiting
situation.
for.
They were dancing to this.
Let's go.
Sway the remix, God.
Just that star spangled banner.
All right. Here we go.
Let clues bomb drop one time. Hey.
Okay. Here we go.
Hey.
Fergie.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
This kind of rocks.
It's rock. Oh. All right.
Oh.
Coming up next, Johnny Blaze.
Who?
Growing up hip hop. She used to be on Loving Hip Hop as well. Turn it up some more. Come on. We'll talk to her when we come back. All right, it's the Breakfast Club.
Y'all gonna talk about Dr. Phil, but y'all got Johnny Blaze coming in here. We just had a conversation about Dr. Phil last hour and bringing ratchet.
And what did you
say?
Well, I think you will enjoy Johnny Blaze
And what did you
because she
say?
actually has learned a lot about things that have happened to her in her life. And when you find out her backstory, you'll understand a lot more.
And for all that, you said ratings gold, right? Ratchet?
I'm not Dr. Phil. I don't give a damn.
All right, well,
Hey, bring her up.
Johnny Blaze is up next. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
JMV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building. And me and homie go way back to Jersey Girls days when she weighed about 102 pounds. Miss Johnny Blaze.
Hey, what's
Welcome.
up?
And that's when Envy weighed 102 pounds also.
I definitely weighed 102 pounds.
Why was you so skinny?
I was born like that. Then I started doing plastic surgery and running after everybody else what I wanted to do. They got ass shots. Let me go get some ass shots. I wanted to be like everybody else. And so I started gaining the weight. I'm very open about the surgery stuff and things. So.
Well,
The surgery made you gain weight?
Yeah. Well, it was more of what I got done. I got my bud, and then I got my, lipo, and I started eating. You know how some people get lipo and they don't keep up?
Mm-hmm.
That was me.
So you resent having all the plastic surgery?
No, I mean now I work out, so it's not as bad. But yeah,
you just got ab etching recently.
Yeah, I'm still in process. So I still look like a little Ninja Turtle abs down
What's
there.
that?
So I got
Well, they
abs
draw the joints on?
No, they actually made it.
So what does that? How does that work? Because
and after a while, like over the time of 6 months, it gets smaller, and then I'll have like an actual, not these, but these marks will go away, and it'll just be flat.
Is that a
I might do that one.
You said
I
you
got a
do
good
it?
doctor.
That's
I'm
one I
telling
wouldn't
you.
mind getting done.
If I see him in there,
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Is that a common procedure?
No, that was my first time doing it. So now I'm just waiting for the results. But I've gotten smaller. I was a fat kid. I'm 28. I just turned 28 when I was like 26. Actually, when I was 23, my boyfriend passed away. They shot him in front of me on Christmas.
Yikes.
I gained the weight over like the depression. So I wanted to lose weight, and I got the lipo, and I was like, okay, after this, I just got to maintain the, keeping up and work out.
Well, let's start from the beginning. For a lot of people don't know.
Yeah, we just jumped right in.
Jump right into it. You started off. How did you start off dancing? When I first met you, you were a dancer at Jersey Girls. Now, how did you start dancing? How did you get into the whole dancing thing?
I was snatched at 14 in prostitution.
Yeah, like human trafficking?
Yeah. My mom.
He about to have an anxiety attack over there.
No. I mean, my mom picked a guy over me. I mean, me and her are best friends now. He molested me, and my mom sent me to my father. And so I didn't want to listen to my father. So, the China bus, you take the Philly and stuff.
Yeah.
I seen a little thing on, what's the thing, Backpage or whatever you call it, where it was, you looked for like people that was looking for young girls to do pictures. I thought it was just that, being naive at 14. Went there, never came back. Like, forced into it. I was failing in school. I went to Hillcrest High School.
In Queens.
I was failing, and my dad had to figure it out. I still wouldn't tell him until I was like 19. I had a situation when I was from 14 to 17. A guy almost killed me. And
How?
basically, I wanted my money. He tried to strangle me. And if it wasn't for my friend, I'm not going to say her name because we're close still. If it wasn't for my friend going into that door and they got security, I probably would have died.
So
one of my other customers actually brought me into Philly Onyx when I turned 18, when I was of age, and that's how I started dancing.
So with prostitution, so somebody kidnapped you and they
basically like I
Where was
got
your
on
mom
drugs.
and dad when you were kidnapped?
I was not close with my parents.
So
like
they
that.
just let you go and just
no,
whatever?
they didn't know. He was like, why are you always late to school? I wouldn't do 7th, 8th, or 9th period. Sometimes I'll come in when I want. I never told him why. I just said I was skipping school. So when it did get out when I was 19, I finally told like my parents. Like nobody knew. You know what I mean? I was just felt like I didn't need to give them no information because I felt like I lost my parents. Like my mom sent me away for that, and then my dad and me not close at that time. I was just like, all them. I'm gonna just do me. And that went to the stripping, and whatever I did, I said I'm gonna be the best at. And it's not something I'm proud of, but I started dancing. Got in K-Slay magazines, and
it's great stunting. So did you meet somebody when you first moved to Philly, like a pimp? Or?
Yeah, that's what it was.
So as soon as you got to Philly,
I was the one I was the girl that I don't take no shit. So you're not supposed to let the girl have all her money. It was favoritism with me. So the girls didn't like me. I would make the most money. You know what I mean? I was the youngest one out the group.
How many girls did he have?
It was about 10 of us.
So you were only 14. You thought you were
my older, like my
pictures?
sister. Yeah, my older, like my sister was like that. I called like my sister was way older than me, like 24 pushing. She's the one that introduced me to a client I had, and they put me into strip club. They didn't take me till I was 18. So I've been through some.
Yeah,
So I just. I'm a little different, I guess.
But you always have been very honest about it.
Yeah, I'm open. I started drugs at 15. Coke,
what
pills,
type of drugs? Coke?
Cocaine. I'm a recovering addict for 5 years. I only smoke weed, so I don't know if that's bad to some, but to me, I don't think it is. But I got on drugs, and I got on drugs even worse after my boyfriend died. And then...
What happened with your boyfriend?
That they killed him on Christmas in Houston, Texas. It was a miscommunication of driving out the VIP. And you know how you don't even tap your gas, your car's just rolling. And a group of guys came in front. We stopped short. They started doing an altercation. I'm on there tweeting.
So it was road rage.
Yeah, tweeting. Not road rage. No.
Oh.
It was out of a VIP. Like, you know how when you get out the parking lot and you can't even push your gas, you're just letting the car roll because there's people going back and forth. They were at fault walking in front of the car, and we just stopped. No, you didn't hit them because it was too slow. We were going like 2 miles an hour, 3, just let roll. Hey, my bad. They started exchanging. I didn't think it would get that serious. And when I went to go tweet, I'll never forget, I was tweeting, hey, come to V-Live, because the V-Live had just started down there. I looked up and they shot him in the car in front of me.
Wow.
Like I literally had a bullet go across. So
blood splattered on you and all kinds of stuff.
No, not really. It was real quick. It was quick. They shot and walked off, and when he got out the car, he went to go shoot back, and he shot the dude, and his lungs collapsed. So they both died.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, that's horrific.
I was 23. It was 5 years, yeah.
Can I recommend some therapy?
Oh yeah, I'm doing it already.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I'm doing
I'm
a
about
lot.
to say.
That's where my anger comes from. You feel me? Like
I remember you used to be
it's a
very
lot.
angry early on.
Actually,
That was
Charlamagne
why.
gave you Donkey of the Day.
He did. He gave me Donkey of the Day, and I deserved it. I'm gonna tell you why. I was about that Drake thing, and I was young, doing the cat stack.
Explain what happened, because
You
I'm
know,
sure he don't remember.
you dated Drake.
I don't remember at all.
But you know what? It was at that time. It was right because, and I wanted to talk about it too because it's like I was young. And I thought it was cool to do that. I thought it was cool to air out people when that man really was trying to help me on some music.
So what
I
happened
got
with Drake? Let's
mad.
explain to people, because
I got mad. I got mad when me and him were talking. I got mad about a girl. And when I had no right to. I was just in my feelings. I'm a popular girl at the time talking to a guy that's really popular. And instead of keeping it to myself and being an adult, I took it to social media and started blasting him, saying false claims, and just thinking that was cool and not noticing that, damn, you know, when you get a little older, where you really want to focus on that music, that's going to bite you in the ass. And it did, like, really bad. Like, I just got back on TV. They blackballed me. I just started working with, like, Derez Deshawn and NBA Youngboy and features from different people that really with me now, instead of being like, nah, I'm not touching her. She did this to this person. So if you are listening, I didn't mean to do it. I'm sorry, Drake. I've said it over and over again because it gets brought up in interviews, and I'm open about it. Like, I was young. I'm 28.
What did you say about Drake? I know you said something that y'all
I just
didn't
was
use condoms.
saying, just disrespectful shit you shouldn't say. You know what I mean? Like, it's not
the
cool.
truth, though. Did y'all use condoms?
It was, well, no. You know, but it wasn't for the world
to
know. It wasn't cool at all, and that bites me in the ass all the damn time. So
you said that he blackballed you? Was it him?
No, he didn't blackball me.
Okay.
I blackballed myself.
Just because she
of
was
the
talking
actions,
and doing these crazy
doing all that stuff.
People just didn't want to mess with you.
Yeah, they didn't want to. It's like you got to show, but I understand it.
Did you regret not getting pregnant from him?
No, I wasn't intentionally trying to get pregnant or anything. I wish what would have happened is I wish I would have stayed with the business and focused. Because
was you in a relationship, or was it?
No, and that's the thing. That's why I felt like I was totally wrong, trying to fit in with all the other girls that's on social media, blasting people, and it's not cool.
So why did you come out? Was it he stopped calling you? Was it?
No, I was just one of the men
about
bitter,
another girl.
yeah, about a girl, and it wasn't cool. You know, and I always wanted to say, like, you know, apologize because it was just so wrong.
All right, we got more with Johnny Blaze when we come back. Don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Everybody, it's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We have Johnny Blaze from Growing Up Hip Hop in the building. Yee.
So, Johnny, even before we had this interview with you this morning, a lot of people were like, oh, why would you have her up there? But what they don't all know is that you are very talented. So I remember the first time I saw you playing the piano and singing, I was like, I didn't know she did that. Because a lot of the headlines I used to see was
negative.
It'd be like she twerked and had a miscarriage on stage. And
Is that true?
No.
Actually, what?
No, actually, my ex was very abusive, and I didn't even know I was miscarrying. So I never made it to the stage. I thought it was just, you know, your minstrel, you know what I'm saying? And I actually almost bled to death in the dressing room, you know, because I was getting ready for work. I didn't know what was going on. I still have to work. The dude that I was pregnant for, he really wasn't doing nothing for me, so I felt I could still work. I wasn't showing, and I really was having a miscarriage.
So you knew you were pregnant, though?
Yeah.
Wow.
I had a miscarriage, and it was the worst, but people over-exaggerate. I never even went to the front of the stage.
How many months were you when it happened? You know?
I was about to be 2.
How did you forgive? Because you forgave. You said you and your mom are cool now, right?
My mom had cancer like 3 times. That third one hit me hard. I basically told, you know, my stepfather, like, if you don't tell, I swear to God, like, I'll kill you myself. Because you're destroying me and my mother. You know what I mean? And I love my mom. So I guess whatever happened, she just said, hey, can you pay for my divorce? And I'm like, yeah.
So your stepfather told her that he molested you?
I don't know what happened, but it must have been other things too. But it got to that point where I paid for the divorce. My mom was like, you know, do you hate me? I'm like, no, you my mom. You birthed me. And I don't know where this loving type of person in me, I don't know where it came from. Because people have done things to me, and I'm like, it's okay. I was on TV for free on Love and Hip Hop, the top girl on my 5th season.
How much you getting that regular basic Mona Scott check?
I didn't get
$1,500?
I didn't get
So
nothing.
you were on there and not getting paid?
She didn't pay you at all?
And that's where the rage and the fighting came from. Rich Dollars was my manager at the time.
Bitch Dollars, as I like to call him.
All right, so Richard.
You're trying to be a better person.
Yes, definitely trying. That Gemini size, be perfect, Johnny.
So he was stealing your money?
No, I just didn't go on TV. There was nothing there. So it was a lot.
Management.
It was a lot.
How many seasons were you on?
1.
Just 1 season.
Just that one. You didn't get paid at all?
No, I got bookings.
Why did you think Rich Dollars would be a good manager for you?
You know what it is? I was so scared to meet you, right? But then when I meet you and we're talking, it's like different. So that's what that means. Is like Rich Dollars. I seen him and I only knew, he did this for this person he wrote. And then when you get to meet him,
What did he write?
You wrong. You so wrong.
I'm serious.
No, not right, but like
we knew him for Ryan
Bad
Leslie.
Boy. Like this is the things that I knew. Ryan Leslie
Let's
and
be
stuff
real.
like he
We
did.
were cool with
No,
Rich Dollars,
yeah, Rich
too.
has done a
He
lot.
worked in
Like
the industry
so
for a
that's
while.
all I
Olivia.
knew. But that's what I knew.
Olivia.
And
that's
Ryan
it.
Leslie.
And Olivia.
No,
Ryan
Olivia.
Leslie and
Yeah, Ryan
Give
Leslie
credit
too.
for Ryan Leslie.
He helped all those
But
situations.
we used to see him. He was affiliated.
Olivia, but continue.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
This guy.
I just felt like it would be a great opportunity. I was still dancing. I didn't want to dance no more. And I get on TV and sing and play piano. You know what I mean? And it didn't go that way. I got one scene playing piano, and the rest was just me fighting Daryl Strawberry's daughter, the mother, the executive. I was reckless. And I was on drugs still. You know?
That's when you was on coke crazy?
Yeah, I was just wilding. My mom was still sick. Boyfriend just died. So it was just full of anger. You know, I wasn't thinking about the music.
A lot of that drugs was addiction, but it was also self-medication too, right?
Yeah, it helped me mellow myself. It helped me not think about, God.
About what?
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I've been through some shit. So when I think about my boyfriend that died, I be crying. I think about, he'd be like, you know what? Bitch, you better not be crying. You better do this, and that's what I do. I'm so mad that he got my hand like we Wendy Williams at the damn Dr. Phil's. But I'm just glad that I'm here and I'm grinding because I got something to prove. My music and my passion, I know that shit gonna help my parents and everything out. That's all I want to do is just do great music and win. That's it. So these tears are not because of anything else but the hard work that I go through.
Get the snot. You got a little snot.
I got snot too, left to right.
I'm just playing.
Left to right. All right. So, yeah, I could deal with him. I could deal. It's just I've been through some stuff.
That's why
you know what I'm
need
saying.
to go to a therapist.
Yeah.
I'm serious. Don't.
Oh
wait
no, I'm gonna do it. Don't think you're being sarcastic. I get it a lot from my mom.
I go every week.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be right with you. Might not be the same doctor because you know your pay is a little higher than mine.
Well, I don't even know if it's helping Charlamagne. Charlamagne,
I don't see it.
Because you know why? But you know why? Because I waited till I was 39. So I'm unpacking 40 years of bullshit. That's why I said don't wait. You know what I'm saying? Get that away now.
Yeah, I do believe that I do. I'm just a little nervous, but I do want to do it.
What
It'll
you
help
nervous
me.
about?
I think it's just to recap everything.
It's emotional.
It's emotional. Just like how
see
right now I
right now?
triggered
Bring it
up.
back up, yeah.
I try my best to put on this persona of happiness, which I am, but it's not all the way happiness. So I try to psych myself. I always tell my friends, like, psych yourself into happiness. And what that means is I wake up, I have a nice little house, but I pretend it's a mansion. Because then when I do get there, I'm grateful.
That's right.
I don't drive at all. I don't even own a car. I downplayed everything in my life so I could put all my money into my music. As long as we got Uber, and when it's time for events, I can get an Uber XL, I'm straight. I'm very simple, never owned a piece of jewelry, nothing. Like, I got it out the mud. So long as I'm focused on that music, there's nothing else that matters.
I feel sorry for Johnny.
Thank you.
I say that. I understand the pain.
Thank you. I feel like I want people to learn from me, not to feel sorry.
Right.
But to be like, yo, this bitch still going hard. Like, she's still going for her dream. Like, I don't want nobody to feel like because you've been through shit to cripple yourself.
We'll be watching you, Johnny.
I
because
promise.
Do not
I
let
promise.
us down because we're going to
I
be
won't.
watching all the
All
moves
right.
that you make now. You came up here and talked about how much you're doing better, how resilient you are. And so we're going to be watching all your moves that you make.
And I appreciate you guys because I'm not going to lie. Years and years, I'm like, yo, I want to go on the Breakfast Club. And I think God was telling me, I know he was showing me, like, it's not your time. It's not
it
your
would've
time to
been
do
good.
certain things.
We both was in different headspaces.
Yeah, like he would have roasted me. I would have cried.
Yeah, y'all
I would
had
have
it
had
back
a whole
and forth.
asthma attack. I'm like, bruh.
Y'all had it back and
Is
forth
your
on
lace
social
one on?
media.
He would have
What
asked
you
all
said.
types of stuff, man. I'm glad y'all ain't go to these toes, because, boy.
What's wrong with your toes?
Second toe. Look at the second toe.
You want me to say something. What's wrong with your toe?
Nothing's wrong with her toe.
Oh, it ain't painted.
No. E.T. fingers, boy.
Ain't nobody care about that.
E.T. fingers. You know what,
Right,
Johnny?
you'll
We
be
appreciate
fine,
you for
Johnny.
joining us.
Make sure y'all check
And go
out
get
her
therapy, Johnny.
And make
Thank
sure you
you.
check out her EP. That's why she's here.
Yes, check
nah,
out my
I don't feel that
EP
sorry for her.
512. You know what? Oh, I can really sing though, Charlamagne.
Sing something.
Yeah,
Sing
she
something.
can
Hear
really
something right
sing.
now.
Say something.
Go
She
ahead.
can play 6 instruments
Go
and
ahead.
sing.
At last, my love has come along. My lonely days are over. Want me to sing something else?
She can sing, Charlamagne. Don't be a hater.
It was all right.
You sang 3 lines of At Last.
You want me to sing something else?
Yeah, sing.
What you want me
I
to sing?
don't think it's At Last. That's cheating almost.
How is that
That's hard to
cheating?
sing.
At Last?
Let's hear you sing it.
I'm not a singer. No,
What
I'm not
you want me
claiming
to
to be.
sing?
You sing it. I'm not claiming to be a singer. I mean, you picked a big song. I mean, that's a hell of a song.
What is the hate you wanted,
You
Johnny?
pick At Last. You're supposed to sing At Last. You just kind of
At last.
Kind of hummed a little bit.
I hummed it a little bit. I didn't want to do too much.
All right, Johnny.
But I want you to go see a therapist. And if I come across your music by accident, I'll listen to it.
By accident, look, you gonna love my music, goddammit. I'm about to roast you. I told him he looked like Jiminy Cricket when we was going at it with each other.
I remember that.
Boy, he was lighting my ass up. I said, what is
I
he
did
look
not
like?
say nothing about you. I gave you donkey
I
today.
said he looked like Jiminy Cricket.
I remember that.
He blocked. I think you blocked me.
You blocked her?
Oh, you blocked her?
I don't block nobody.
Go to the phone right now.
Is
Let's
he
see.
still? Are you still
see.
blocked?
Man.
Johnny, are you still blocked?
Let's see.
Where
I
was
don't
that
think
at?
I'm blocked no more.
I don't block nobody.
He blocked me. When I say he looked like Jiminy Cricket, you blocked me.
He kind of do look like Jiminy Cricket.
Jiminy the Cricket?
I'm going, because
I've
then he
heard
going to say
worse.
I look like
He
something.
said I heard worse. All
You're
right.
fine, Johnny.
It's Johnny Blaze. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get to these rumors. Let's talk Diddy.
Listen up. It's just in.
All the gossip. The Rumor Report.
Gossip.
With Angela Yee.
It's the Rumor Report.
The Breakfast Club.
Man, we are watching what's happening with Cassie and Diddy. Now, they did break up. Everybody on social media, because a lot's going on there. And Cassie posted a video of herself. She's listening to music. She wrote Hungover. And Diddy left a comment, Love You Forever, underneath her video that she posted, because the two of them were together off and on for like 11 years.
And she egging him, right?
I don't know. I don't know
like
what's
it.
going on behind the scenes.
I see some egging going on.
Yeah, it seems like it.
I
Like
can't
Iggy
tell
Azalea.
you that. But we do know that Diddy also posted Michael Jackson, The Lady in My Life, and he said, if anyone sees Cassie this weekend, please tell her to listen to this song 100 times.
Diddy simping his
Love.
ass off.
And here's, in case y'all don't know, this beautiful song.
Maybe through the years,
Egging.
gonna love you more.
Egging.
Keep shooting, Diddy.
Egging.
So I promise you
Egging.
tonight in my life.
Listen,
I know she had to cry when she seen
Oh,
that.
no, she didn't.
She might have
Yes,
First of
ignored
all,
it.
she had to Google the song to see what the hell he's
She
talking
know-
about.
she know what
'cause
song
she too
that
young
is.
to
She's
know
a
what that
singer.
is.
But
Did-
still, that's still, no matter what, even if you're over it, it's still after a breakup fresh, and it's still
Man,
sad. You got to listen to those slow songs.
Diddy simping his ass off. Young girl got him going crazy, okay? I'm not mad, though. If that's how he feels
That's how
about
he
the
feels.
situation, cool. But, just know Cassie young. Cassie got a lot more action, a lot more bouncing back to do. Diddy damn near 50. Time for him to sit his ass down
Go
and
get
relax.
your baby back, Diddy.
Okay.
Well, Cassie, you do whatever's best for you, girl. Whatever you decide to do.
And you know what that is going to be? A 20-year-old penis. All right? She
Ew.
Is that what's best for you?
She forgot what that felt like.
You know it's gonna be best for her.
She forgot what that felt like.
Anyway,
she'll be back for the love and all that other stuff Diddy can provide later. But right now, she need that young thing back. That's all.
Well, she probably is going to take her time right now because after this long relationship,
That's
I'm
right.
sure she has to go through whatever emotions,
Oh,
whatever
Cassie
she
is
decides
now.
to do.
She
She's
might
like
have like
32 or something.
I thought like 30.
32.
No, I think she's like 32. Yeah. All right. In the meantime, Danny DeCane is talking about Diddy.
Oh, Lord.
And they were doing an interview
Are they
with
still
Dilly.
together? Are they still a group?
DK3.
No.
Some of them. All right. And here's what they had to say.
I don't believe that it was on anyone's mind that anyone was going to be fired or that the group would be dismantled.
Puff didn't care, though, about us being a successful group. He cared about the TV show. He cared about...
Puff cared about himself and his pockets.
So he wasn't thinking what's best for this group. He's like, I'm going to do what's best for me.
Isn't this like 15 years old?
Yo, they gotta
Well,
let
they're
it
back
go.
together, so they probably...
Nah,
I'm sure
man.
everybody asked them about Diddy.
No, they gotta let it go. Their life will not move forward until they let that part of their life go.
It's been like, how long?
It's
15
over.
years?
Like, that was a
It's-
moment. Like, you don't hold on to that. That was a season. You know what I mean? Things happen for a reason and season. Like, they gotta let go of that in order to move forward.
You did not do the reason season poem just now.
He
I
did, he
did.
definitely did.
But that was the truth, though.
Can you name 3 girls in that group?
Yes.
Good.
D Woods, Aubrey.
Well, they not. Well, D Woods and Aubrey not there no more.
Oh, well, yeah, and they were there.
So the only one out of
And
those
Dawn
three I can name is
Richard.
Dawn. The other two, I do not know who the other two are.
I thought Aubrey was in it, no?
See, y'all don't even know.
They just gotta let it go, man. Let it go so you can move on with your life.
All right, now Tekashi 6ix9ine, we told y'all he was at Powerhouse as a surprise guest
He killed
yesterday,
it,
even
too.
though he was banned from the building. Everybody went crazy.
Young man killed it.
But he also ended up getting 4 years probation in that child sex case that he had. Now, he spoke to the judge directly, and he said, I have millions of youth that look at me as a role model, and the last place I want to be is incarcerated. They don't deserve it. Thank you. So the judge gave him credit for 1 year, so now he has 3 more years of probation. He's going to have to perform 1,000 hours of community service. He's going to have to refrain from associating with any gang members members and avoid all gang activity. And that's the conditions of his probation. He's got 3 more years left on that.
Now, he can't say Treyway or something like that? That sounded kind of crazy. Is that?
Yeah, I guess he's not supposed to reference Treyway at all anymore in his music.
What is gang activity?
I guess throwing up signs, claiming your blood, hanging out with gang members.
That's going to be hard.
Doing gang activity things with your friends.
That's going to be hard for him to do.
Right,
so. He's been his whole life for a long time.
That's all his friends.
Well, listen, if he wants to stay out of jail, he's going to have to figure it out. Okay?
Yep.
All right, and then, a lot of things happened because afterwards, one of his security ended up getting shot as well. He was waiting for Tekashi at a restaurant with 2 bodyguards, and that's when they're saying a fight broke out because they were told they weren't welcome there. 6ix9ine called off whatever meeting they were supposed to have. They left, and that's when somebody from Tekashi's crew threatened some people and said, "I'm going to violate you both with gunshots." And then somebody yelled out, "Shoot these MFers," gunfire, and yes. Something happened, gunfire erupted, and police did arrest 2 out of the 3 Tekashi associates that were allegedly involved in all of that. Sheesh.
All right.
So it wasn't the security that got shot. It was somebody else.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I'm just telling you, what I know so far. But they're saying that his security was saying that they were going to shoot somebody, and
it's all alleged.
It's all alleged.
That's good security, though.
All right.
What, to say you're going to shoot somebody?
Damn right.
Well, he's got to stay out of trouble, so everybody around him has to stay out of trouble, too.
Well, security.
Revolt got to go, guys.
And, by the way, Bodied is coming out this Friday, November 2nd.
Hey!
Yes.
Words
Are Weapons.
It's
a battle rap movie produced by Eminem and Charlemagne.
I'm a consulting producer on it.
All right. So
it's a Joseph Kahn film.
Yes. So can't wait to see that this
And I'm also
Friday.
in the movie, too. I play a character called Honey Grams.
Honey.
Yes.
All right. I'm Angela Yee, and that's your Rumor Report.
Revolt, see you tomorrow. People's Choice Mix is next. It's the Breakfast Club.